In this video, guys, we are going to be looking at the Legendary Legion, the breaking of the Fellowship. Welcome back to another review video, guys. I am Steve, here again with another review. This time it is the breaking of the Fellowship Legendary Legion that we're going to be looking at. It's a strong favourite for the narrative and thematic players, myself included. Any excuse to get a Fellowship army on the table is always a big thumbs up from me, and very, very cool. So before we do get stuck in, guys, please do remember to click the subscribe button, and if you do like these videos, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. It helps us more than you know, so please do that for us and share the video also. Also jump over to our Facebook group. If you search Top Table Gaming Community, it's full of like-minded gamers, painters, hobbyists, and it's just a pretty cool place to hang out. So without further ado, let's jump into this Legion. The Breaking of the Fellowship Legion represents the part of the movies and the books when Gandalf has been lost in Moria, so we have no wizard and we have no magic. So it is the scene from the movies that we all know and love where Lurtz catches up with the Fellowship, and it's going to be a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of special rules in there which we'll come to later, but let's get on to the army composition. So the army composition is you can bring Aragorn, you can bring Legolas, Gimli, Boromir. Boromir does have the option for a shield. Frodo Baggins, he automatically comes with his Mithril Coat and Sting, which affects his profile, which I'll come to. Samwise Gamgee, and then Merry and Pippin. Aragorn always has to be your leader, and when deploying the army, you deploy this army as a warband, with Aragorn taking the spot as the warband leader. In this Legion, everybody gets an Elven Cloak, which is pretty cool. So let's have a delve into the profiles themselves, and we'll look a little bit more in depth. So we'll start with Aragorn. So Aragorn, obviously being the leader of the Legion, is a good place to start. He has Fight 6, a 3-up shoot value, Strength 4, Defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, Courage 6. He has 3 Might, 3 Will, and 3 Fate. And as we all know, Aragorn, it has the special rule, Mighty Hero, so he gets a free point of might every turn to use for whatever he likes. It's a great special rule, and it just gets you out of a lot of sticky situations. It's great having Aragorn on the table, having that free point of might. It's really frustrating for your opponent as well, which is fun. There's no add-ons available, so you can't add on, you can't get him Andor, you can't give him a horse or anything like that. He is as a base profile. He has access to all the heroic actions in the game, and he's just all round. I mean, he's what you'd expect from Aragorn, right? So next up, Legolas, Fight 6, 3-up shoot value, Strength 4, Defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 6. He has 3 Might, 2 Will, and 3 Fate, and he has access to Heroic Accuracy and Heroic Strike. Heroic Accuracy you expect from Legolas, and Strike is probably one of the most powerful, most sought after heroics in the game. The war gear that he carries is his Elven Daggers and his Elven Bow. He has the Woodland Creature special rule, as well as Deadly Shot. Deadly Shot means that you can either shoot 3 times per turn or once, and he's hitting on a 2-up regardless of any in the ways or anything like that, so it's like an auto hit, but you have to roll a 2. He also has his super cool new rule, Final Count 42, which basically, if he ever has less kills than Gimli during the game, his shoot value is increased by 1, so that 2-up, you know, it becomes a 1-up, you can't miss. And speaking of Gimli, he is Fight 6, 4-up shoot value, Strength 4, Defense 8, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 6. He has a healthy 3 Might, 2 Will, and 2 Fate, and he has access to Strike and Strength. It makes him pretty much an even bigger tank than his base profile already is. Gimli carries an array of axes, including his throwing axes, and in the combat phase, Gimli can choose to have an axe in each hand, in which case he'll get 3 dice instead of 2, or he can just roll his 2 dice and wield his 2-handed axe. In keeping with Legolas' special rule, Gimli has the special rule sitting pretty on 43. If Gimli has less kills than Legolas in the game, he receives +1 to wound. I love that. And Gimli, it makes him very, very killy and a formidable foe. You know, Defense 8, and you know, he's killing a lot of things on 3s and 4s. That's epic. And we'll move on now to my favourite, Boromir. Fight 6, Strength 4, Defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, Courage 6. He has 6 Might, 1 Will, but 0 Fate. He has access to Heroic March, Heroic Strike, Heroic Strength, and heroic defense, which are all very cool and effective in the game and come in very handy in different circumstances, and especially for Boromir when he's got no fate. That heroic defense is great. He has an option to take a shield, which I really would try to every time, and of course the Horn of Gondor, which means if Boromir is ever outnumbered, he'll blow the horn, and the enemy with the highest courage value in the fight must take a courage check. If he fails, Boromir automatically wins the combat. This is a very old rule, but a very cool rule, and it still gets him out of a lot of pinches, even in today's rules. 6 might is huge, but this is counterbalanced by the no fate, so use him wisely and make sure you don't get caught out and getting killed when he's still got loads of might in the store, because that is so frustrating. Now that's all the big heroes. We'll move on to the hobbits. All hobbits have a 4-inch move and they all have resistance to magic. So we may as well start with Frodo, right? Frodo is the ring bearer in the group, and although a pretty solid profile for a hobbit, you do really need to protect him. He is fight 3 up shoot value. His base strength is 2, but he gets +1 because he gets sting automatically, so he's strength 3. His base defense is 3, but he gets +3 for the mithril coat, so his defense is 6. He gets 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 6. He has 2 might, 3 will and 3 fate. So he's got a healthy profile. He's got access to heroic defense, which with that profile is fantastic, but he's already got a high defense with the mithril coat as well, so he is pretty sturdy, but you've got to be careful with him. As with all the other hobbits, he has throw stones, and he also carries the 1 ring, which we know is invaluable. It's a great rule that we have for the 1 ring, and if it's used in the right way, you can really take your opponent by surprise. I like using Frodo with the 1 ring. It's great. It's a lot of fun. And we'll move on to his pal Samwise Gamgee. Samwise is the ring bearer's companion, and the rules really do imitate this fairly well that he has in this profile. So Sam, he is fight 3 up shoot value, strength 2, defense 3, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 6. He has 2 might, 2 will and 2 fate, and he has access to strike and strength, which makes him a sturdy little fighter. It's a decent profile for Sam, and he has the throw stone special rule, and then he also has a special rule called let him go Longshanks, which is a cool rule. And basically what it does is if Frodo's ever in combat and he's within 6 inches of Sam, Sam can use a heroic combat for free. But if he wins that combat, he must try and move closer, if not getting into combat with Frodo. It doesn't sound fantastic on the face of it, but if you have one of the bigger heroes in that combat as well, you're getting the possibility to do double that hero's kills per turn at no cost of might or anything like that. So that is good. It is good, but you know it's going to take a bit of finesse to use. On to Merry and Pippin. They have the exact same profile. They have fight 3 up shoot value, strength 2. Defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 4. They have no might or will, but they do have 1 fate point each, and they have throw stones. And they have the special rule for the Shire, which means whilst within 3 inches of Boromir, they may use his might as their own. I'm not sure where this would be used often, but it's possible it could be handy in a pinch if you needed them to survive a certain combat, or if they were in a better position to call a heroic move, for example, if their 6-inch bubble enveloped the whole fellowship and Boromir's didn't. It'd be handy there. So on to the Legendary Legion special rules for this force. There are 3 of them to start with. The first one is you have my sword. If Frodo is alive, all models are fearless and can never be broken. The second one is called Bond of the Fellowship. If within 3 inches of another friendly model, they count as being in range of a banner, which is cool, right? I mean, more dice for your already beefy profiles can only help you out. The more dice you roll, the higher the chances of you winning the combat, which is what your all-hero army needs to do. The third one is Blessing of Galadriel. Models count as having the 45 spirit power cast upon them, even when they have no will. This is massive and makes this legion almost anti-magic, which is very, very cool. As well as the special rules, they have sort of independent special rules, which are the gifts of Galadriel. So, excuse me. So Frodo gets the Light of Erendil. Each turn Frodo can use a free will point to attempt to cast Blinding Light. So he does have to attempt, it's not automatic, and it's on a 3-up. Which is good. He's got a 50-50 chance of getting it off, and it's going to be great against shooty armies. Sam is given an Elven Rope, and he always counts as rolling a 6 on a climb, jump or leap test. Situational but handy. Merry and Pippin have the Daggers of Noldorin. They can reroll fail to wound rolls, which makes their pretty sort of very poor profiles a little bit better, which, you know, why would you not want that? Aragorn has an Elven dagger, Elven made dagger with the Uruk-hai Bane special rule. Very circumstantial, but it's going to be cool against named Uruks, alerts, etc. And thematic. Onto Legolas, he gets the Galatharin bow. If he's within 3 inches of a friendly model, he can reroll fail to hit rolls. And this kind of persuades you to keep him near the others, which you want to do anyway, not in sitting back and snipe and just be a pain for your opponent. But it's quite thematic because they all want to stay together. And then Gimli gets Galadriel's locks. 3 times per game, Gimli may reroll all dual roll dice. That's massive. That is really good. That's probably the best one, I think. And then Boromir, poor old Boromir, he gets a golden belt, which gives him woodland creature. It's handy if you're on a busy board, but he's pretty cool anyway. So the build for this army is obvious. It's the Fellowship. So how would I play it? It's always going to be tough against Horde armies, but not impossible. You need your big names to do a hell of a lot of killing. And the tools to do this are definitely there. You've got might for days, you've got the free might per turn, rerolls galore, free heroic combats. This all add up to you being able to do a lot of damage each turn. The flip side to this is your low defense on a lot of your heroes, and you've got squishy hobbits. Positioning is going to be key, and making sure that you win these combats. One bad dual roll could easily ruin your day, and once one hero goes down, they start to drop like dominoes, so you've got to keep them alive. I'll be using March a lot, I think, to get into position early. Tons of heroic moves because I've got the might to do it, to ensure the fights are on my terms. The weaker hobbits for me would be objective grabbers in the end game, mainly be used alongside the bigger heroes, mainly being defended by said bigger heroes, just adding their odd extra attack dice to combats and things. This army needs to stay together, I think, to succeed and benefit from each other's buffs. But not too close so that you end up getting trapped, as being trapped spells the end for all hero armies, I'm afraid. All in all, I really like the special rules that have been introduced into this Legion, and it's going to take some practice, a lot of trial and error, to learn all the tricks and nuances to use this army to its full potential. But it would be a ton of fun getting there with it. I think once you do, if you use it a lot, you can do quite well with it. But like I said, the main thing I think with this list is the word fun, and you're going to have loads of fun, I have no doubt about that. But that's it, guys. That is the breaking of the Fellowship Legendary Legion review. What's your thoughts on this Legion? Have you had any experience playing it? I'd love to know. Do comment below and make sure that you get in there. We've had a lot of comments on the previous videos, which has been really nice. A lot of conversation has been started in the chat, and I'd like to do that again. So do get commenting about this list. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hang around for Jay's comments at the end, and don't forget to join us next time. And until then, people, please do keep washing your hands and stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Here at Top Table Gaming, we love bringing you content that you are going to enjoy. So don't forget, check out everything else on the channel. Have a bit of a look around before you disappear and watch your next video. We've got everything from unboxings, product reviews, battle reports, and everything else in between. So do have a good look around. Now, I do want to, before we carry on, give a huge shout out to our patrons, which you should be able to see on screen. Without them, we couldn't do any of this. They help us fund the lights, the kits, the studio, and everything that is helping us create content and push forward for you as a channel. We don't hide the content behind a paywall, but we do have benefits such as free dice and free t-shirts for our patrons as a way of us giving back, as well as regular giveaways. So if that sounds good to you, do go and check out the Patreon page, link in the description below. And before you guys head out, make sure you head over to the Top Table Gaming community on Facebook. We've got over 1,500 members now, and it is such an excellent community that you should totally be a part of. Check out these videos on screen now, and until next time, enjoy your hobby.